All right. You ready?
No.
Welcome to the Buckhorn Podcast. I am Martelle, and with me always is Randy. Smell the flowers? Cool to see.
And ban the menthols.
Completely talked over your sound with your sound effect of my cold the soup.
Oh. Sorry.
Jesus. Such a Neanderthal.
Amateur hour.
Anyway, what's going on?
Work is crazy.
Yeah.
The weather's nice.
Today.
It's not been raining all day.
It's not going to be tomorrow. That's for damn sure.
Tomorrow's Mother's Day. So we're going out. When I leave here, we're going to go out to my grandma's,
Okay.
grandpa's, and then tomorrow I'm going to see the moms.
Cool.
But, yeah, work's just been nuts with this whole promotion thing going on. I got to get background checked.
Yeah.
Fingerprinted, investigated by the FBI,
Fingered.
anal probed, all that fun stuff the military likes to do to you.
Nice.
But, man, what else has happened? I've been so busy with work that, like, Huck got his first hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, last week.
Hooray, Huck.
He got his first hit, and it was really funny because I think he was more dodging the pitch, but he swung the bat, and it made contact and went like 3 feet. So everybody's like,
Hey.
run! Like, all the parents are yelling. He takes off with the bat.
Of course. Well, yeah.
You know.
That's how that works.
Everybody's like, drop the bat. I'm like, swing it at the first baseman. You'll get an extra base. But, yeah, no, things have been good. Time's flying by fast.
Good. Well, I mean,
So.
yeah.
I've just been so busy.
I'm about to go into the other room and have a scolding with the youngest daughter.
Oh, yeah?
Well, twice. Just now, she's yelled, "Dang it!"
Oh, I didn't even hear her.
Well, she's been warned several times about that.
Do it. We'll capture it on audio. We'll call that evidence later in a court case.
We'll see if
We'll send it to her therapist.
If she does it again, I'll go storming in there. Yeah, nothing really going on here. The pool's coming on Tuesday.
Nice.
When this releases, the day this releases.
Nice.
Yeah.
The pool's coming today.
So I am over the pool at this point. I don't even want it. I just want to take that money and go buy a house down south. I'm over it.
Okay.
It's the nickel and diming bullshit from all the other stuff that happens.
Well, yeah.
So, like, the pool, fine, whatever. The cost is the cost. That's not the issue. But now, getting a pool permit, I have to get a fucking pool permit. And in the permit, it says that basically the pool has to be fenced in. That's fine. I had planned on getting a fence, just not the day of, essentially, the pool. So, but it says before the water can be put in the pool, there must be a fence around the pool. Well, sorry, fuck off. There isn't going to be a fence around the pool the day the pool's done. There'll be water in the pool, and there won't be a fence. I'm still shopping fence companies.
You're going to have wild animals in your pool.
God, I hope so.
You're going to go out there and it's going to be like a bear, coyote, a deer,
Cockatoo, peacocks,
cassowaries, whatever they're called.
I'm just like, this is stupid.
Murder chickens.
And we want to get a pool house, which I went out and talked to Sean, found the building that I think we're going to do. So we're going to go with a container for our building.
Cool. He going to build it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But there isn't much building to it, though, which is kind of nice.
You're keeping it kind of basic.
Well, this gets down to even more basic than basic.
So you're just putting a trailer in your backyard?
For the most part, yes.
Yeah.
Mobile home. Just getting a mobile home. No, the container.
How much is rent? I may move in.
Well, we'll see. It's going to be at least the cost of the pool.
A month.
It is. So your standard container is 20 foot.
Okay.
So you get a 20-foot container that's I think like 9 something high. You get like an 8-foot ceiling in it. So it's with a high cube. The one we're looking at is a little more than 10 foot, but not quite 20 foot. But the whole side opens up, like just by de facto.
Oh yeah, you're talking like so it's like a lift.
No, it is 4 doors hinged to 2 doors. So you've got right down the middle is a seam, and then doors open up a quarter of the way across the container.
Okay.
And then at the ends of the container, there's hinges, and those open all the way up. So
it makes a really open shelter.
It opens this whole building up.
That's really cool.
Which is really cool. And then it has 2 doors on the end. So you've got the long side has 4 doors on it that essentially can open up in one of 3 configurations. You can just open up one door and fold it back against the quarter.
Like a normal door.
Like a normal door. You can open up one whole side, or you can open up the whole thing. I guess there'd really be 4, because then you can open up one whole side, half of another side, or the whole thing.
Yeah, lots of options.
Lots of options for being able to
It's
open
like a
the door,
transformer.
for the most part. And then you've got 2 doors down at the end on the end of it that you can open up as well to get into. What I want to try to do is put one service door, like your standard 36-inch wide door, in one of the panels, and then put 3 windows in it, a window in each panel along that side. So you don't have to completely open a door up to get into it.
Open a whole side, you mean?
Yeah. Open a whole side up to get into it. So you can just walk through it, a standard door.
Yeah.
Well, the problem with the way it's configured is it's got 4, on each door, it's got 4 latches. Like the ones you lift up and turn and lock in place.
Yeah.
There's 8 latches across this thing, and I don't know if that would end up being possible.
Yeah.
So something I'll have to talk to Sean about eventually, but I think we're going to try to hold off until next year
for that part,
for the building, and then we're going to put a deck on the roof of it as well. He's going to set it up so that all I have to do is he'll put the panels and everything up on the weld up platform on it, and they'll get everything set up. And then when I'm ready, I just put a ledger board up there all the way around it, stack my decking on the ledger board, or my joists on the ledger board, and then build it out that way.
That'll be cool.
It'll be super cool.
That'll be really cool.
It'll be really fucking cool.
I'm kind of excited.
And then they just come and drop it in, and I just hook it'll be ready with electric. So they just drop it in, and I just literally just plug it into a wall.
You gonna have AC in it or
Nope.
fans?
Fans, yeah. Well, yeah. I'll do ceiling fans. I don't see a need to do AC or heat. It really won't be used in the winter time.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're not gonna use it much in the winter anyway.
No, I mean, there's no drywall.
Right.
It'll be, but I'm
going to put up somewhere to go in to change.
I'm putting a TV out there. Like
Right.
Liz and I were talking. I'm like, she's like, well, what kind of
great
TV
place to watch Buckeye games, which I know you love to do.
Yeah, who gives a shit?
I will come over and watch Buckeye games in your pool house.
But I said something about putting like an 85 or 90-inch TV out there,
crap.
right in the middle of the wall.
That's a video wall.
You can sit you can
Watch
float around in the pool
Yeah.
and watch TV
and watch
in
the
house.
Buckeye game.
It's too cold for that shit. I ain't doing that. Fuck off.
I will.
It's wintertime.
I will.
But we would be able to record out there because my plan is to put up acoustic panels in there because it'll be all steel.
Right.
Got to have something that's going to absorb that
Deaden
sound.
that a little.
So I'm going to put
shiplap.
No.
Live, laugh, love sign.
No.
Lots of throw pillows.
No.
Really chipping.
Wicker furniture.
Chipping what's her face gains. No wicker furniture.
I'm putting wicker furniture out there.
You're doing that just to spite me.
Yeah.
Fine, I'll break it.
No, I'm getting heavy. I'm getting
cereal.
heavy duty plastic wicker furniture.
Plicker.
Yeah. It's like pleather. I'm getting the plastic
like
wicker.
pleather,
And it's going to leave
butt.
all the prints on your ass.
Mm.
Yeah.
Bumpy.
It's going to be awesome. Anyway, so we're continuing.
You can read my butt like Braille.
Probably do that now anyway. Anyway, we're continuing our cocktail series.
We are.
I may have made these incorrectly.
Nice. That's good to know. Right now, mine went from looking marbled to being.
Yeah, mine went.
It looks
mine
like
did
grape
as well.
juice or something.
I've got a layer of red and then a layer of pink. But this is a New York sour. It's 2 ounces rye to 1 ounce lemon juice to half to 3/4 ounce simple syrup and half to 3/4 ounce. It said dry red wine, but I had a bottle open, so I just used that. I I may have made yours right. I may have made mine wrong. I don't know. But you took a sip earlier, and you were like, "Ooh."
It made my butthole pucker a little.
Right. So
mine, I feel like it's a little heavy on the lemon juice.
I may not have
light
put
on the simple syrup.
I may not have went with 2 shots of rye. I don't remember.
No, you did.
For yours, I do it with mine.
Yeah, I watched you pour 2 shots of rye in both.
Okay.
So we're good there, I think. But mine's a little tart.
I can add more simple syrup. Mine's very tart.
Yeah, so
It's a sour.
I would cut the 1 ounce of lemon juice if you're going to make this to a half an ounce. This is definitely sour.
Yeah, it's sour.
I mean, it's butthole pucker sour.
Now that I'm ready for it, it's super sour. But ours did also sit for a few, and I think you're just supposed to drink it immediately.
Yeah, well.
So, but I like it.
It's not bad. I just didn't expect it to be that sour off the punch.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it that sour either. I mean, it is literally just lemon juice and whiskey. So
that's about what it tastes like.
Yeah.
A little tiny tinge of fruitiness from the wine.
But I like it.
It's not bad.
I could drink this.
Well, we are.
And it combines my 2 favorite things, whiskey and wine.
Whiskey. I once started to write a song called Whiskey and Wine. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, that's good.
Trademark.
That's good. I like that. I'm definitely going to give that at least a 2.5.
Oh, solid 2.5.
Yeah.
I'd say try this. Simple ingredients. You get some rye whiskey, simple syrup, lemon juice, and wine.
Yeah.
Red wine.
That's it.
Anybody can do this.
Anybody can do this. Now, I almost made a different sour, or it was a shot. And I can't remember exactly. I think it was like Jameson and something else. And I'm like, I'm not buying a bottle of Jameson to do this shot.
I've got one we need to do. And I think I mentioned it a week or 2 ago. A shot of Jameson and a shot of pickle juice.
Oh, that's actually what it was.
Was that it?
It was, yeah.
So good.
Yeah, that's actually what it was. It was a...
I've heard that called a shot with a pickleback, a shot with a
No,
pickle
it was just called the pickleback. And I'm like,
yeah.
I just need to play Nickelback while we're drinking a pickleback.
Because we all just want to be big rock stars.
Oh,
drinking pickle juice shots and some shady bars.
Ooh, hey.
Right?
Yeah.
Telling you, man. I'm a magician.
That's a great song right there.
I've been a magician since I was 6.
I don't know about that. But anyway, yeah, nothing really new going on. I got as far as like the show, I got a text from Mo, and it said
from Mo about the show.
About the show, he's like, I was listening to the show, and when your mom started singing, it scared the shit out of me.
I'm telling you, man, it was kind of eerie. We've talked about your mom on and off the air for a couple of years,
right?
And hearing her sing,
he said when she started singing, because I didn't make any mention that here's my mom singing. I was like, here we go.
Yeah, I got a message too from Richard Schnipke.
Yeah,
came out with us when we did the 1 episode of Flights of the Round Table.
Yeah, I keep messaging him about doing landscaping down here.
Oh, really?
I'll just make random comments about stuff. I'm like, why don't you bring down some of that heavy equipment you have?
Yeah, no doubt, and all the nice cars.
Yeah, I saw you took a Corvette to a shop the other day.
Yeah. He just said, Blanton's and Coke. I am laughing.
Yeah,
that's all it says.
A buddy of mine from the gym, one of the coaches, he's like, I was just, I was down in Kentucky. I picked up this, and this, got this. I was really excited. I got this Masters Collection bottle for $200. That I bought off of this other site because this guy down there in the store wanted $400 for it. And I'm like, that was too much. He's like, yeah, he goes, but I just wanted it because I have all these bottles unopened and this would, finish out this collection. And then he's like, what have you been getting into anything? I'm like, I mix Blanton's and Coke. He goes, get the fuck out of here. And he walked away. He just shook his head.
So worth it. And honestly, it was really good.
It was good.
I mean, it's better than a Jack and Coke. By far.
By far. Blows a Jack and Coke out of the water.
It does. It blows a Jack and Coke all day.
Blows it hard.
So, I haven't been into much either.
Yeah, it's been
it's just, like
this might be the shortest show we ever do.
Thanks for listening. You can find us on Google, Twitter, Instagram.
I bought new underwear.
Hey!
And they got a little ball sack for you.
Oh, you got a little bit of a cuppage? The ones with the little extra room?
It's got this little like overlapping V-shaped thing that you put your little ball sack in.
You just tuck it in there all snug as a bug in a rug.
Just give it a little pull and you're like,
I'm good.
It locks in place.
I think I've seen those before. They sell them at Lion's Den.
No,
Looks like an elephant trunk.
These were at Kohl's.
Oh, okay.
No, those are party panties.
Party panties, not to be confused with party pants.
Not to be confused
Completely
with party
different.
pants. That's right. Getting some hate from some of the bicycle bullshit that I've been posting in my Instagram and Facebook stories.
I saw some of them. It was funny.
Well, like the messages I've gotten have just been, why do you hate these? What's going on? I'm like, you live where I live and you deal with these assholes.
I passed one on the way out here. Every time I see one now, I think of you.
Well, I think that's
I'm just
my
like,
goal.
Oh,
my goal
Martelle
is
would be so mad.
every time you see a roadie, that's what apparently they're called. You see a roadie.
That's not a roadie. A roadie is somebody that travels with a big band and helps them unload crap for free.
Well, there's
Hoping to get laid.
There's guys that ride trail and there's roadies. So, and
We'll call them streeties.
Call them douchebags.
Party pants people. PPPs.
Yeah, so I was just getting some hate from.
We'll call them We'll call them 3Ps. Party pants people.
Ugh, I don't even want to do
Pass
that.
the 3P on the way out here.
That's too much. That's too much recognition for these. But yeah, it was just like.
Luckily,
So I told a story. That's what ended up happening. I told a story about the two of them. One about the guy where they were riding, 3-4 wide up the hill.
They were riding abreast.
Yes, up the hill. And so once we crested over the hill, I started to pass them, and the one guy, basically started yelling at me when I went far left. Like I went as far left of center as I possibly could.
Complete other lane.
Coming down, because the way that, for those that don't know, where I live, the road before my section of the road is super hilly. You literally come up a hill.
It's weird because your road is dead flat,
Right.
and then you cross an intersection, and it's nothing but hills.
Right. So if you're coming south, you go up a hill, you crest over a hill at a apple orchard, you come down into a valley, back out of that valley, down over a hill again, up out of a tiny valley, and then down over a hill to a stop sign. So we crested that first hill at the apple orchard. That's when I went left to center to basically pass these guys, and that's when the one guy started yelling at me. So I slowed down and, to his 5 miles an hour that he can pedal. And he's fucking me.
He's on a big wheel.
He's fucking me up and down. Fuck you, fuck this, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like,
well, just swerve right. That'll shut it up.
Well, there may have
It'd also be vehicular manslaughter.
There may have not been a slight swerve to the right to get them to move. But it just came down to he was, if you weren't in that truck, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, all right.
I'll get out of the truck.
It's this story. It's this. I've told it before. So when I got to the stop sign, I just waited at the bottom of the hill for him. He pulls up over that hill. He looks down the stop sign. He's like, oh, fuck. I'm like, come on down. Let's have a talk.
Let's chat, friend.
Let's chat, buddy. And then I told the other one about I sent him another one where I went to pull into my driveway, and all these guys are sitting there in my driveway. And I went to pull in, and I'm like, hey, you guys mind? And they're like, no, we don't mind.
Run over them. They're on your property.
I do. Move.
Castle law.
So I went to, I had turn signal on everything. I'm sitting there, and I'm trying to pull into my own damn driveway, and they won't move. So I just started pulling into the driveway. And they started yelling at me, and they're like, I'm like, get off my property. Come on. I mean, I asked nicely first.
Right.
So, and he was like, well, we're not all bad. I'm like, oh, no, I get that. But the few ruin it for the many.
You're not all bad, but you also didn't move when I asked you to let me in my own freaking driveway.
Well, it wasn't that guy. I mean, it wasn't Kale. He's a friend of mine.
Okay. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, Kale was asking why there's so much hate, and I'm just like,
there's
the few ruin it for the many. And unfortunately, it's more than a few that ruin it for the many. It's a lot of them.
Yeah.
I mean, and he was like, well, that's bullshit. I'm like, all right. I said, here's another. I said, I wasn't even driving. I was mowing my lawn. And a guy started yelling at me saying I was blowing grass on him as he was riding by. I said, there is a 6-foot gap between where I was and where he's...
There's no way you were blowing grass on him.
I wasn't. Because I don't even blow grass.
I was going to say, your ditch looks like Amazon forest right now. You don't even get close to the road.
Well, even if I blew grass towards the road, which I don't, the grass gets blown into my yard because I mow with the discharge. I mow across from south to north. across the front of the yard.
That
So
way
my
it shoots
discharge
into
is
your
on the
yard.
right-hand side. So it's blowing east.
My discharge is right down the middle.
Right. Well, he was like, fuck off. So then I just turned it around and did blow grass at him. I mean, and it still didn't get the road.
Blow grass at him.
I wish there would have been a rock there. It would have kind of smacked him in the arm or something.
You run over a boulder,
Bunk.
jack up your blades just to hit him.
No, I just need a pebble. Just a little pebble.
You go over the driveway.
A pebble at 500 miles an hour. Like,
That'll do it.
right in the arm. Thunk. Or the head. Right in his helmet.
That's called murder.
No, it wouldn't kill him.
I mean, accidental. 500-mile-an-hour pebble probably
It'll
kills
be fine.
somebody.
It'll be fine. Right in his helmet.
Yeah, right in the helmet.
He'll have to get a new helmet.
Ping.
It sucks.
It'd be like when Uncle Rico threw a steak and knocked Napoleon in the head. Ding.
Down he goes.
Oh, I got to watch that again.
Yeah. So it was there's been that shit going on, and now kind of watching some of the shit that's going on with like the mask mandates and what Florida's doing, what Arizona's doing versus like Ohio, which, hey, here in Ohio, if we can get the contagion rate down to 50 or below people a day, they'll lift the mask mandate. I'm not an anti-masker. I'm not an anti-vaxxer. Vaxxer.
Vasker, that's an anti-vasectomy.
That's what I was thinking. But I haven't really been wearing a mask when I go outside. Ever. The whole time. Like, you're telling me I can start doing this, and I've been kind of doing it already.
I got in trouble with the lottery tickets when I went to shortstop there in Circleville. One time I walked in.
No mask?
Totally forgetting my mask. Just forgot.
So going in, that's the case. I go in for that.
Yeah. And it's owned by...
It's not good.
Oh, let her try it. It's super sour.
It's sour. I'm not going to say it's
Folks,
not
Liz
good.
just came in to try this New York sour.
Yeah, Liz
Actually,
came
she
in.
came in and held her hand out.
Yeah, she just...
What do you think?
It's sour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not
But
bad.
It's not bad.
I need to try to remake it.
I don't drink bourbon either, so
Well, this is rye whiskey.
I know. But normally,
Yeah.
I would have made a face. I did not make a face.
You did
That's
not
also
make a
true.
face.
So
And there is 2 ounces of...
There's 2
Rye
ounces
whiskey
of
in there,
rye.
so-
Well, it's probably more like 3 ounces of rye to
It's 2.5.
whatever. But that's we got to figure it out.
When you did it.
Yeah, I got pictures. I'll show you later. Here, let me show you now.
I'll show you later. Let me show you now.
Yeah, here's my pictures for everybody on the show that's watching.
Yeah, look at these pictures, everybody listening. That's watching. Nobody's watching.
I know.
Listening. Get dumb.
And so that was like 5 seconds afterwards. We walked outside. It's all muddled at that point. But yeah, it was very pretty.
Yeah, when he first made it, like mine marbled really well, and by the time he took the picture, we got up here, it just looks like that.
Yeah,
It
looks
just looks like juice. But
pink drink.
it's not bad if you like a sour, kind of like you like the sour beers. That's what this reminds me of, like some of them sour beers you like.
Yeah, that's actually a really
So,
good.
and I'm with you. You don't taste strong whiskey with it.
No, I'm gonna try to figure this out. Though,
I would
make this a little
I would
better.
do half of the lemon juice, and I think it'd be fine.
I do half the lemon juice and probably some more simple syrup.
Just a touch. You don't want to make it too sweet.
Do 3/4 lemon juice to 1 ounce of
That'd probably be good.
simple syrup.
Well, you did 1 ounce of lemon juice, right?
I did 1 ounce of lemon juice to about half an ounce of simple syrup
Yeah, that'd be a good ratio, I think.
because that's what it was. That's what the recipe was.
Yeah.
So it's not
Yeah,
terrible.
but, I mean, it's not bad.
I'll have to make another one.
Yeah.
Try it.
We'll perfect it.
Experiment.
Kind of like we did with the
I'll get out.
old-fashioned.
I'll get out my measuring cups instead.
I wonder how this would be with the Virgil cane ginger.
Probably
Not good?
no.
I love the ginger.
With the wine.
Not with the
Oh,
wine.
that's a good point. That's a good point.
With everything else, without the wine, I'm sure it'll be excellent. But not
Yeah,
with
that's a good
with
point.
the wine.
Fair
I also
enough.
didn't. But again, I also didn't use a dry wine. I used more of a sweeter wine. You think it's sweeter, or do you think it's more dry?
Or dry.
I'm an idiot.
I was going to say, I'm going to take her word on the wine because
Yeah.
she knows way more about wine than we
I'm just
do.
a dumb ape that
I know
walks
the
around
color-
dragging his knuckles.
I can look and say, that's a red wine. That's all I know.
Yeah, it was a red wine, but I
So-
don't follow the dry versus like I don't know. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
So, yeah, I went with my lottery ticket winnings, and I walked in, and it's owned by a nice, really nice Indian couple.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
And when I pulled into the lot, and
I like really nice Indian couples.
I do too. They're much better than mean ones. It's a very tiny lot, so people are always jockeying for spaces or parking in the lots nearby and walking, you know. And the one side of their building, you can drive from the alley up to the front. Well, I did that. People always do that there. Well, I was on a work call, and I sat there for about a good 10 minutes. The older guy, he comes out, and he's like motioning for me to move the truck. So I just pulled forward a little bit, and he walked away. I'm like, I've done nothing here. I pulled forward like 2 feet.
Hey, good for
then,
you.
Yeah, then I go. I think they were upset. Somebody probably said, "Hey, he's been out there talking on the phone." It's a tiny lot. I get it. So I was like,
but that shouldn't matter one way or another. You're not
I'm
loitering.
about to go in there and spend money. I've
Right.
spent money there in the past. I'm not loitering.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You're
I'm
not
there
loitering
to shop.
You're there to shop.
I'm going to
Whether
take in my
you're-
$100 lottery ticket and buy more lottery tickets from you.
And that's one of the things. So that's one of the things that kind of really chaps my ass. So when you're going to a store and people get irritated with you because you sit in the parking lot for, I don't know, let's just say upwards to 5 minutes. If you go over 5 minutes, then I start getting irritated. But if you're finishing up a phone call and you're going to go in and shop,
I don't even care if I want to sit there half hour. What's it matter?
well,
Find another spot.
it depends on how big the lot is. If it's a tiny
does.
lot
It
and
does.
you're sitting there just, hoarding something that somebody else can use, that's a different story.
It could be, yeah.
If you're at Kroger and you're sitting there for 30 minutes with your car in reverse, I might try to shoot your tires out.
If you sit with your car in reverse that long anyway,
That's what I'm saying.
good for you and your thigh muscles
but if you,
holding
even
on
if,
the brake.
even if you sit there with your foot on the brake for 20 minutes, that's an irritation.
Yeah, well, I was in park. I was full on in park,
Right,
and there was other spots open when I was there. But
Which is completely reasonable.
anyway, yeah, I go in.
Fuck
totally,
you if you're one of those guys or people or gals that sit in a parking lot hoarding a spot for 20 minutes because you're lording something over somebody else.
How dare you?
And put your cart away.
Yeah, well, that's a different. Yeah, we can go off on that. I walk across the whole parking lot to put my cart away.
I like what Aldi does.
Yep.
You have to rent that shit. You want that quarterback? Yeah, you better
Aldi
take
does
that.
everything right.
For the most part.
Oh, you want to bag your food? Bring your bags.
Well, they do a lot of things right. I went in there to get chocolate covered espresso beans, which they typically always have, and they didn't have any. So they're hit or miss on certain things.
on that, but I'm talking about they pay their the one up at
The way
Silver
that they-
Drive in
yeah.
Columbus by the stadium.
Their business ethic.
5 years ago, when I was working in that area, they were offering $15 an hour starting off.
Yeah, that's good.
They don't have to pay somebody for the cart cleanup because of their rental.
Right.
They
Good.
don't have to pay people to bag groceries.
Yep.
So the employees they do have, they can pay well. Like,
Yeah, they
I
only
think
got
it's
5
smart.
people in the store at a time.
Right,
Like
right.
employee wise.
So anyway, I go in there without my mask, and they're like, "Sir, you forgot your mask." And I was like, "My bad." She was like, "Go get it." I was
She's like,
I was like, "I will." I
she's
forgot. Like, I'm not
"Bitch,
against it.
Go outside and get your mask.
Even though I've been in there several times since the last
So,
year.
oh, you said they're Indian. Never mind.
Yeah,
I was going to
and
say if they're. I said, are they Korean? Because she would have brought out a shotgun.
brought on an AK.
Yeah.
Rooftop Koreans come after me.
Yeah, I mean,
I love rooftop Koreans. Good for them.
Mo knows his people, so
Playfully racist.
I love you, Mo. You're my buddy
I actually watched a documentary on the rooftop Koreans from the
from the Rodney King.
riots. Yep.
Oh my god!
Yeah, it was a really cool
yeah.
documentary. Where
They went.
This guy was basically like, "I never owned a gun. I never wanted to shoot one." And then they showed him shooting
And
a
then-
gun. He was like, "They shot at me. I shot back."
Yep.
And it was talking about how they out of necessity they rose up and said, "We're not going to be a victim." And
They
I
had
loved
to.
that. Yeah.
I mean, they legitimately had
So
to keep people from
the
riding their
documentary is
buildings.
like buildings all around them are getting looted, burning, all this, and they were just sitting up there with AKs and pistols, like, "Come at us."
pew pew pew.
And everybody's like, "You know what? We're going to leave the Koreans alone.
Yeah,
They're good.
They're a little crazy.
They're good. I don't think they're crazy. I think they're awesome.
They're a little cray cray.
They're crazy in the fun way."
Yeah. I love.
But yeah, so that's the only time I've ever had anybody say anything about me not wearing a mask. Most of the times I try to wear one. I'm not totally against it. I don't like it.
Well, so it's
I don't like things that are forced upon me.
right, and
but
it's
I
a
also
mandate.
understand-
It's not a law.
Right.
Keep
And
that in mind.
I also understand people say, "Well, this is for the betterment of everybody."
It's
but
not though.
the science isn't backing it. That's my
It's
problem.
not. Well, take me for instance.
Yeah. You got COVID by doing
I
nothing.
got COVID basically sitting in my house.
Yeah.
My daughter.
Thanks for
I mean,
bringing me into that.
Right, you're welcome. I mean, my daughter, she goes to school. They have to wear a mask there every day. If she's the one who brought it home, she was
Kick
wearing a
her
mask
out.
there.
Vote her off the island.
Well, I got a small funny story following this.
Okay.
With school age kids, and I ended up getting it. I didn't know I had it, but I know other people that have worn a mask that stand on their fucking soapbox yelling at people about wear your mask, don't go out in public without a mask. Get your shot. Well, first off, I'm not an anti-vaxxer, but I'm not getting a shot for something that, and I've read a couple different, not reports, but stories to try to educate myself a little better, where they're like, well, the COVID vaccine has been around. Well, COVID is basically the common cold. Corona is the common cold. This is a modified version of Corona. But they're like, this has been around for 20, 30 years. They've been working on a vaccine for COVID or Corona. And that's how they were easily, able to whip up a vaccine for it so fast. The flu's been around for billions of years, and they still don't really have a working vaccine.
They always have a vaccine, but the problem is the flu goes, okay, we'll do something different. So,
Which, hey, what did Corona do? Oh, we got the Brazilian variant, we got the English variant, we got the Australian. Every continent has its own variant at this point. So anyway,
it's all a mess.
Wearing your mask or not wearing your mask, there's no real science behind that. Getting a shot or not getting a shot, there's no real science behind that, because people who've gotten the shot have gotten COVID again or got it for the first time.
Feels just like I got COVID for the first time.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So anyway, I wear my mask when I go into public stores. I will not wear a mask when I'm outside walking down the street.
No,
I'm not. That's dumb. That's stupid. There is actually studies showing that COVID cannot survive out in the open in the sun. Like, it just doesn't spread outside.
Just like emo kids.
Yeah. They don't come out during the daylight. So, but a friend of mine, he thought that him and his wife had COVID, and he's got this huge camper. Well, when he thought they had COVID because his son is in his senior year and he's got scholarships coming for cross country and running track, he pulled his camper around in the parking in his driveway and made his kid sleep out in the camper for 2 weeks.
That's kind of fun, honestly. Like, if you're a kid.
I mean, if that's what you're into, but like the parents took the whole house and they're like, you go out there and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Hey, if I'm a senior in high school, baller. I mean, it's got everything you need.
For the most
part. You don't have to deal with your parents. What, you got to think about it.
Well,
if it's a camper like you're talking about, it's got a
You
TV.
said you don't have to deal with your parents. I liked being around my parents.
Yeah, but your mom always plays tricks on you.
I'm not getting away from that now.
That's what I mean.
She did that when she was alive. She's doing that shit when she's dead. I'm not getting away from that. That shit's still happening.
We need a soundboard of just clips of your mom talking or singing, and we can just hit.
All I have is those like few little things that.
Still, that'd be awesome. We talk about her, and just her voice just sorts behind us.
But
scare people that are.
Well, the volume on that, when we played it first, the volume on that was so fucking high.
Yeah.
Like, everybody else
back.
didn't. Well, I did. And I had to make sure that it was lined up where it was supposed to be. But I had turned the volume way down.
Awesome. Make it
so
sound
that
super creepy.
Well, no, just so it was on par with everything else we were. Like, keeping everything level. I also, because Mr. JJ, Jason Genetti.
You said JJ, and I thought JJ.
No, not fat JJ Bradley of multiple nationalities.
Fat JJ Bradley.
No, Mr. Genetti.
Okay.
He is one of our proactive listeners. Him and Mr. Mo. He
is one of our pro-state listeners.
One of the best jobs ever. So it's a side job at this point right now. And he is working for a race team.
Okay.
And he is one of the mechanics. So he's like a backup mechanic for a race team for Lamborghini and Audi.
Nice.
I think it's Audi. Hold on. I forgot to tell you since I know you're not, man. But, oh, yeah. They have two R8 GT4s.
Nice.
I won. once.
A lot of people want.
He just sent me the text like 5 minutes ago that, hey, forgot to tell you because you like Audi. We got these R8s. And I'm like,
yeah, I would.
Damn it.
I saw an R8 in the wild, and it was. I wouldn't say I'm a huge Audi fan. I like them. It just wouldn't be my first choice if I hit the lottery. But the R8 is up there.
I am considering.
I love the looks of it.
I want a retro mod Porsche.
Right, we've talked about that. I
want an older Porsche with a newer motor and suspension setup in it. It doesn't have to be all-wheel drive, but it can't be front-wheel drive.
No. You get a Porsche and make a front-wheel drive. I will kick you square in the nuts as hard as I can.
I'll kick me in the nuts as hard as I can.
I would love to see that. You almost got there.
I'm almost there. My back hurts. But I was looking. So we were up at Easton, and this guy in an R8, crazy ass loud exhaust, like louder than what I would ever do.
Yeah,
loud ass fucking exhaust, but probably a quarter an inch off the ground.
Yeah,
looked stellar as hell. And I'm just like,
they're nice.
I want that, but I want a retro mod like Porsche. I want like an old.
I went to my parents' church to visit them years ago.
And there was a guy with a Ferrari 428.
No, and their church ran about 150, 200 people in a real big church. And out front in the lot, somebody that was there that day drove an R8. Just sitting with all the other, Camrys and Honda Odysseys and all this was just an R8 parked in between two normal cars. And I was just like,
normal dude.
Do you guys see that car out there? And they're like, yeah, it's pretty cool. I was like, pretty cool? Do you know what that is?
That's like a $160,000 car sitting there.
That's an R8. That is that does not belong
That's a street
here.
Race car.
Yeah, it was
legit straight up race car.
I like it.
Street race car.
I want a Lexus ISF.
You know what I did until Paris Hilton bought one?
Don't care. I didn't know she bought one, but I don't care what she does.
It's not that I don't care. It's the fact that she was able to get one in pink.
Don't care. Still doesn't faze me.
Really?
Nope. No,
I would take
what's his face?
I would take a Porsche Carrera GT.
Who was it? Was it Deadmau5 that had the Nyan Cat wrap on his Lamborghini and they got all mad?
It was on his Ferrari.
And Ferrari's like, you have to take that off or we're going to come get your car.
And he's like, fuck off.
No, he took it off.
No, that's right. He did take it off.
He took it off.
Which is ridiculous. Like a car manufacturer should not have any input on what you do to a car after it leaves the lot.
You know how I feel about property and tax and all that anyway.
No.
But I don't care that Paris Hilton got one. I didn't know she got one. I don't care about her.
It's not the fact that she got one.
I'll drive one in pink. I would get an
Oh, no, I'd drive one in pink. Give me Avon pink all day.
Mary Kay pink.
Or Mary Kay pink, whatever it is. But doesn't Avon have a pink Cadillac?
I don't know. I think Mary Kay is the Cadillac, ain't it? Is it Avon?
I don't know.
I thought Avon was like that turquoise color.
Oh, hell, I don't know. But I would take one in that faded
in the
pink.
pooper.
In the pink anyway. No, in the pink.
Oh.
One in the pink, two in the stink.
Actually, put in Mary Kate.
Two in the poo, one in the goo. Two in the poo, one in the poo, two in the goo.
It's a Mary Kay that does the pink Cadillac.
Well, I would take that anyway, that color. But it was more I don't know, that Lexus let her jump the line on ordering her LFA. And then when she drove it around, because she doesn't know what she had, she drove around with a damn dog on her left arm.
Yeah. Well,
I'm just like, come on, Lexus. That people who are buying that should know what they're getting. Like, that's a 600 horsepower, like, titanium everything motor sports car. Like, sounds like a sport bike type of thing. Which is where I would take the Porsche Carrera GT with its titanium crank and its V8 motor and all its goodness when it's like, wow, wow. Sounds amazing.
Oh, here it is. LFA, sorry. Paris Hilton plus Lexus LFA equals oh boy. This is on the Lexus forum.
Yeah, it was kind of a turn off. Like, I like Lexus because they're, it's Toyota and I have zero issues with Toyota. Everything that Toyota produces, they can't do wrong in my book at this point. Which
you could still go out and buy a 95 Corolla Camry and drive it.
Yeah, and they'll still
reliably.
Run. Yeah.
Like they still are out there.
I was just like, that's why I'm still driving a 2007 FJ Cruiser with almost 275,000 miles on it. And I hardly take care of it.
I got good news for you.
What's that?
As of last year, Paris Hilton put her car up for sale.
And it probably sold for twice as much as she bought it for.
$500,000.
Yep. More than she bought it for.
And it's not pink, though. It's white. I'm not finding a pink one.
Oh, I thought she got it in pink. Because you
this
could
is
get
white.
okay. Then maybe
Paris Hilton
I'm
dresses to match
mistaken.
her white Lexus LFA.
I am mistaken. Then I will take that back. I take that back.
Man, that's such a good looking car.
But it's so
she needs to get out of the way. So I can
that
see the
whole
car.
car was designed in a wind tunnel under a computer.
It's beautiful.
It's amazing.
That's. I would take that personally over a Ferrari or Lamborghini.
Oh yeah,
Myself, or
Definitely.
a Bugatti or an R8, anything.
yeah.
That's
well,
just me, though.
I was upset the other day. Liz and I were out, and I saw a car, and I'm like, oh, that looks like a fucking McLaren. Like, dude gets out, like, that's really nice. I go,
Dude got out.
a
Of course.
dude, a dude,
So rich.
not
Him in his bourbon room.
not the dude, a dude
Speaking of dude's bourbon room, I saw the video of it,
in his whitewashed fake brick walls.
and I went, "That's what all the hype is about." You put up some drywall and some shelves. I want to talk to him in person, but I hope he'll listen to this.
We're never doing another Flights to the Round Table.
I know his iron bars that he put together has so many junctions on he didn't need. I'm looking like amateur.
That's why you should have hired me.
It looks like it was built by the kind of guy that has to caulk his crown molding.
If by crown molding you mean vagina.
He has to caulk his vagina.
But anyway, I saw a dude getting out of this car, and it was this pristine white sports car. I'm like, fuck, it looks like a McLaren.
It was a Fiero.
No, it was a goddamn Corvette.
The C8?
The new one,
Yeah,
yes. I'm
C8.
like, god damn it, I fucking hate that car.
I
I
don't.
always, as it's coming down the road, I either mistake it every time for a Ferrari or a McLaren.
That's not a bad thing, though. For
It is a
American-
bad
not
thing.
for an American automaker.
Oh, fuck them.
I'll
And
be
they're-
honest.
I fucking hate
No,
Corvettes.
here's the thing. I'm not a Corvette fan, but the Corvette has always had the stigma of being this supercar when it wasn't.
It
was
still
a
isn't.
muscle car.
It still isn't.
They finally made it mid-engine.
Still a muscle car.
They finally, but they're actually trying. Hear me out. To make it what people say it is.
A pile of shit.
Yes.
It's a pile of shit.
So
There is nothing that'll ever come out of Chevy that'll ever come close to being a supercar.
I'm not arguing that. With
I know.
you.
I'm just. It
You
irritates
should
me
get a
that
Ford.
like that Ford's closest thing is what their that thing. The thing
GT40?
That thing. Yeah.
The thing that beat Ferrari.
Yeah.
That is a supercar.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the closest thing to a supercar that
That
Ford
is
has.
not closest. That is a supercar.
It's the closest thing to
That thing was iconic and it changed the game. That makes it a supercar. By definition, that we had on our supercar episode,
Yeah.
the GT40 is a supercar.
No, I know.
Now everything
but
else
that's
they put out,
That's what I'm saying. That's the closest
They
thing
did
they got to a
muscle
supercar. I won't give them
like the
credit.
Shelby Mustang stuff, those are muscle cars.
Those are muscle cars.
But that GT40 is tits.
Corvette is a muscle car. They cannot change it. You cannot take a pig and put lipstick on it and not call it a pig.
You can take a pig and put lipstick on it and smoke it for 8 hours, though.
Ooh, yeah,
I know.
You
I'm
can.
so hungry. I haven't eaten yet today.
I had a hard boiled egg and a thing of yogurt. That's all I've had.
Dip the
today.
egg in the yogurt.
No, I dipped the egg in hot sauce.
Ooh.
Frank's. It's the only thing suitable for dipping eggs into.
I've never done that.
It's really good.
I believe you. I'm going to try that.
All right, we'll do them after this if we.
Oh, okay. I didn't mean right now, but I will.
But I can't.
Lay off me. I'm starving.
Like even Dodge. Like Dodge doesn't have a supercar. The Viper was not a supercar. That's a muscle car.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
They don't have. American car companies cannot build a supercar.
But they make some really cool muscle cars.
They make some
The
really.
Viper is still an iconic car.
Absolutely agree. The Viper is
Love it.
an amazing. When it came out in 95, 94, I think.
Something like that. The McDonald's paint scheme.
Yeah, 500 horsepower, 500 pounds of torque.
When everything else is putting out maybe 200.
Right. That thing was amazing. Roseanne Barr bought one and
Did
had a
she
whole sound
really?
system. But like when I was into doing like sound systems and getting Car Audio magazine, her Viper was
Flipping through
featured.
Crutchfield.
No, not Crutchfield. Fuck Crutchfield.
Hey, I bought my Clarion head unit from Crutchfield. Back off. Ooh. It was like a $600 CD player at the time.
But with the exception of Ford and their GT40 and the closest thing they got to a supercar, there is an American car company mainstream American car company.
Mainstream, yeah, I'll give you that.
That can build a supercar or a hypercar. They just can't do it.
I want to say they can't, as in don't have the.
They don't have the cojones.
Ability.
No, they don't have.
They just don't.
They don't have the ability or the cojones to do it.
Because they could easily. I mean, a lot of designs for various American vehicles have come from the same people who design Ferraris,
from overseas,
McLarens, whatever. Right. But I mean, a lot of
the design is fine. Like you can,
we stole Nazis and had them start designing bombs for us.
Right.
So, from overseas.
I mean, the Corvette is well designed.
But
I'll
here's
give
the thing:
them that.
in America,
it's their shitty ass engines.
Not all the engines are bad. There's some great engines coming out of America.
The EcoBoost is okay from Ford.
No, the EcoBoost for what it is great. The Chevy LS series, great line. No, it's a great line.
It's a great line.
You can easily and cheaply double horsepower on those,
and then it breaks.
No, not the LSs.
Oh yes, it does.
No,
yes,
you're smoking crack.
No,
you're smoking
How
crack.
Many times has Anthony had to put money into that fucking Pontiac?
It's always for modifications.
No, he's
it's
broke
not for
that
repairs.
thing a couple times.
A couple times in 20 years, that's pretty good.
That's too much.
That's a pretty good run.
When
he's owned that thing since he had a mullet.
He still has a mullet. It's just on top of his head.
It's a reverse mullet. It's party in the front and business in the back.
Right. I mean, he still has a mullet.
He gets his business in the back.
He does get his business from the rear.
No, the LS, especially the more modern
the LS is
okay.
Great engines. It's just not. It's not a supercar motor.
But when looking at America versus the rest of the entire world, including America, so take everybody, all of us human beings alive, and then just America. Americans are still stuck in this kind of boomer mentality of muscle car. They want boomer. The cammed. I did. We still today. You bring it up. We used to go to Cars and Coffee, right? We went there 2 years ago.
I haven't been there in a millennium.
Well, it got shut down because a couple cars wiped out, and the owners of the lot were like, "Screw it, we're done."
But they moved someplace. Well, there's 2 Cars and Coffee going on.
I know.
There's 2 different versions, which is amazing in Columbus. You fucking morons.
There's a lot going on with that, but we were there 2 years ago, and a couple guys showed up with Lamborghinis. I walked by, I looked at them, and went, "Hey, nice car, guys. Thanks." Moved on. But you get out there with a original 426 Hemi Cuda. You get out there with an original car. Mustang, with a big block. You get out there with a Camaro
car.
Right. Anything with a big block. And they fire that up, and it's a cammed engine. It's just blah, 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 blah.
Yeah,
blah.
it's all on it.
Dude, that makes me smile. So America's got this mentality of we like the American muscle more than we care about the supercar. So why would an American company do that? Oh, no, but overall,
maybe
there are way more people that like American muscle than like supercars in America.
I like a good sounding car, whether it's cammed,
I agree
whether
with
it's
you.
push rod, whether it's the whole thing is controlled by a computer.
Tesla.
Or Tesla.
I love a good sounding Tesla.
They don't make a sound. I'm all for the bzzz. Because fuck, the thing makes 1,000 horsepower.
They're fast too.
They're stupid fast. They make 800 billion pounds of torque. I mean, they have insanity.
The truck's an
mode.
abomination, but the cars.
Yeah.
The Model S is it's a good looking car, and it moves.
Well, the Roadster will be a better looking car when they release it.
Well, when?
I don't know.
But I just think I agree with you that American companies, and we're going to say the big 3.
I'm going to say the
Ford,
big 3,
Dodge, Chevy,
because there are smaller companies.
I would say they could make a supercar, maybe not a hypercar. I don't know.
I don't think they can.
But why would they? They would not make money on it.
Well, they wouldn't. You're right. And most of the supercar companies don't make money on the cars they make. The amount of money they make off of a supercar is not.
They make money off the cocaine.
They make money off the racing.
In the cocaine.
Well, yeah, because their cars are built to deliver cocaine quickly.
It's a lifestyle.
It's quickly. But
it's like Jeeps. They have the Jeep Wave. You own a Ferrari, you have to sling cocaine. It's just a thing.
Yeah. Like McLaren. McLaren doesn't make money off their cars. They make money off their racing, and then they move that technology to their cars. I mean, they're probably making, I don't know, probably 20 grand, 30 grand off of a car.
It's got to be more than that.
I don't know.
We should research.
Bugatti doesn't make anything off their cars.
We never will, but we should research things.
We're not going to. I know. Bugatti. I've already read.
Somebody
articles.
research this for us and email us.
Yeah, let us know.
Podcast@gmail.com.
Bugatti doesn't make anything off their cars. Their cars are basically made at a loss for the most part, but they're putting all the brand new technology that they can actually muster from any racing that they do into the Veyron and the Chiron and whatever else Ron they have going on. Ron in their Bugatti Ron
Burgundy.
Swanson and the Ron Burgundy.
The Bugatti Ron Swanson. And it's just like a 1982 Jeep Wagoneer looking.
Yeah, I mean but the supercar
costs
companies,
$500,000 and it's just like a
there's
beautiful old truck.
I mean, Ford isn't. They're not. I don't think they can. Like, could they? Yes,
No, they could,
but I don't think they can.
Well,
And that's it. That's
if you're saying you don't think they can, as in you don't think they can because it would not work. I agree.
I don't think they can because it wouldn't work. Not financially. I just don't think it wouldn't work.
If they made, which they did make a newer GT40 and it sold.
They did.
If they did that again today and they did it right, it could work.
But what is right though? That's the thing.
The way they did it the first two times.
I mean,
The first time they did it, I mean, they
first
made a
GT
freaking movie about it.
Their first GT40 was like a bare bones nothing.
It was a supercar.
It was.
It wasn't for taking the kids to the soccer game or
No,
going
it
to the
was to
store.
beat Ferrari.
It was to beat everything.
Yeah.
Their goal was.
There's a documentary about it. There's actually a documentary and a movie.
That's my favorite thing from all my friends that are like diehard GM guys. I'm like, man, I can't wait till that whole Chevy versus Ferrari movie comes out.
Fucking GM. I am over GM and their bullshit.
Saturn shut down. Pontiac shut down. Chevy's gotten bailouts.
I'm surprised
left and right.
Buick is even around at this point.
Buick is hanging on, man. They're targeting the younger crowd, which is hilarious to me because they're like, okay, our old customers are dying. Now we're going to say, oh, that's a Buick? Mm-hmm. But
my in-laws
they
have a Buick.
They did a few years back, 5, 6, 7 years ago. They took their Buick grandma car and went, hey, let's give this thing like 550 horsepower.
Yeah.
And I went and looked at one. I'm like, this looks like
The only thing Buick's ever done great is the
It's kinda
GN and the GNX.
Cyclone.
No,
Was that Buick? No, that was
that's
Pon-
GM.
That was a GM, wasn't it?
The Cyclone and the Typhoon.
Typhoon.
Those are GM vehicles.
Yeah.
Those are basically a
It's all the
S10
same.
and an S10 and a Blazer,
But really cool ones.
all-wheel drive,
Really
and
cool ones.
500 horsepower.
With the GN engine in it.
Yeah.
I want one. I've always wanted one.
Do you remember the dude there was a guy that used to show up? He had a Cyclone, I think. He had a Cyclone, and it ran race. He ran race fuel in it. That was it. And he had he always used grape flavoring for his race fuel.
Never heard of that.
You never heard of this guy?
No.
He would just he'd like show up at random CR meets. And
I mean, I remember a Cyclone, but I don't remember anything about grape flavoring.
oh, no, it was just the exhaust had this grape flavoring that he'd put in that he got at Jigs. It was more for diesel fuel to like mask the smell of diesel fuel, but he put it in his race fuel.
Gotcha.
And but he was like, "Oh yeah," he goes, "This thing runs like 10s, and it's basically stock." I'm like, Jesus, this is ridiculous. He's like, "But I only put race fuel in it." He goes, "I don't put anything else in it." I'm like, it's expensive to drive.
Yeah.
Even back then,
That was
race
like
fuel
$10
now
a
is
gallon back then.
$7. Well, so now it's $7 a gallon. Back then, I know it was a little more expensive
Crazy.
because I looked at race fuel today because the gas station down the street has race fuel.
Because you need that for the FJ.
No, it just happened to be at that pump.
Takes it faster.
It just happened to be at that pump, and I'm like, oh, look at that race fuel, $7.45 a gallon.
You put it in the FJ and start popping wheelies.
Put it in my gas in my lawnmower.
Your zero turn. Get out here and mow the lawn in about 3 minutes.
It's so clean.
Did you get a new Funko Pop?
I did.
Which one?
The Deadpool in a cake. Deadpool coming out of the cake.
Oh, okay.
Top right hand side.
I see it now. It's hard to read those tiny words from here.
Yeah. I got another
Deadpool
one.
and cake.
Yep.
Kinky.
Got another one. I'm on Deadpool right now. I'm collecting.
Obviously, you
I'm
got
buying all
2, 4, 6, 7 Deadpools.
Yeah, I got 7, including the big one. The Deadpool on a horsey.
Deadpool riding horsey.
Sheriff Deadpool riding a horsey.
That's awesome.
I want a Deadpool in a chicken suit, but I can't. I'm not spending $40 on it.
That's awesome. I can't wait till we get a studio somewhere.
Well, eventually it'll be in the basement. Liz and I have already decided. We've already agreed that
You decided that 6 months ago.
we have to wait until the price of lumber comes down.
Oh, dude.
I don't have dude money.
Good luck.
I don't have
Might as
dude
well
money.
just get metal studs at this point.
I would do metal studs. I'm only doing 3 walls.
There you go. We'll get metal studs.
I mean, at this point, I'm honest to God, I'm only doing 3
Why
walls.
don't you pay dude to come do it, and then it'll take 6 months, and it'll still just look like somebody threw crap together and caulked it.
And he'll caulk my crown.
Caulk your crown. Caulk all the cracks.
I love you, dude. I wish it was Tyler that had built that room, though.
It looks like Tyler built that room.
Oh, my God. All right. We're at an hour.
That's good.
We're at like 55 minutes.
That's fine.
Let's go eat eggs.
Let's go eat eggs. We're going to go eat eggs, and if you're listening, you can go suck an egg.
Go suck an egg. All right. I'm Martelle. He's Randy. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Google, Tweetstagram.
We're out.
Peace.